Today we're going to show you how to work with the term planning tool and just the common commands and where to go and click for how to format this once the term is set up. This term plan is an undergrad one. It's defaulted to 4 particular courses that you can select from, but oftentimes you would only need 3. So the first command I want to show you is if you highlight any one of these cells, we'll just do row E for the sake of this video. If you hit Ctrl minus, that will delete that information, and you'll see it'll bring the yellow over and everything will shift to the left. So if you hit Control on your keyboard and then the minus key, everything shifted over. So that's an important thing to command to see. If you wanted to, I just undid that command. I just hit the undo at the top. But if you wanted to add more, say the student needed 5 courses, all you would have to do is hit Ctrl C for copy or select the row, and you can right click on it and hit copy, but make sure everything in that whole row is selected. So make sure you hit the column head. You would copy, and then instead of hitting paste, you would right click on any one of the cells that you wanted it to be inserted at, and you want to hit insert copied cells. And what that does is it creates a 5th or another row that will give you the same functionality. So instead of having just 4 courses to select from, we now have 5. Again, to remove a cell, you would hit Control minus, select the row or any column at the head, and hit Control minus, deletes it out. And then if you wanted to add something, you would hit the column head again. So I'm hitting column C and hit copy, or right click on it and hit copy, and then just select anywhere one of the other column heads and then insert copied cells. If you don't do that, let's just say you hit copy, Control C, and then you right click and you hit paste, it will just override that information. So D, I don't know if you just realized it went from a lavender's blue to green. So what copying is doing is it does a similar thing, but it doesn't give you additional functionality. It doesn't give you additional rows. So that's important to see. So for this example, I'll just reduce this down. I'm hitting Control minus. Down to 2 cells, and I'll just do 2 courses just for the sake of this video. And then at this point, all I'm going to do is highlight the empty rows that we have in the color. They don't have any information in these colored areas, and I just want to delete the formulas that are in there. So just highlight them all and hit delete on the keyboard, or if you wanted to, I'm sure you could have hit highlighted them and then hit delete as well. Right click on the information, hit delete. But I don't recommend doing that because otherwise you've got a new option. So the easiest way of doing it, just highlight the cells and then hit delete. Also, this paint bucket tool, you want to paint them with a no fill. I always do no fill just for the sake of consistency. You don't want an additional color floating around, so no fill is the best. And what it does is it just brought the colored cells down to nothing. There's no color content in there anymore. At this point, what you would then want to do is highlight the area of the, the pacing guides information, and then highlight all those cells for this one. So it would be 6 weeks, so these 6 cells, and I would hit Control C for copy, or you can right click and hit copy again. And this is important. You want to hit cut. So you would right click and hit cut, or on your commands, you hit Ctrl X. And then in the next open cell, you can right click and click paste or hit Ctrl V on your keyboard. And that will move everything down. And so that's how you just move the cell's information. Pretty straightforward, pretty easy. Copy, cut, and paste. At this point, you would want to then, just for the sake of consistency, make sure all of the cells have the grid information. So it's all, the outlines of the cells are consistent throughout the whole thing. So I just highlight all of the information out there along with the empty grids, and then it's right next to the paint bucket, and you want to do all borders. Mine was default to that. It might not be like that for everybody, so just it's in this little drop down list and hit all borders. And then what it did is it opened up the or completed the cell outline. The same thing is true on this fast start completion notification. If you needed to move it around, you would then hit the row header. So on this one, it's row 31. You can right click and hit copy and then cut. Or again, the commands are Ctrl C and Ctrl X. And then when you go to the 60-day mark or just before the third month, you would right click on this, on the cell. So on this one, or I'm sorry, on the cell, on the row, it'd be row 11, and then you would want to insert the cut cells. It's very important that you do insert cut cells. Otherwise, it will paste over everything. So I will show you how to do that. But if you looked at that, you'll see that the cut cells, it pushed everything down and it just inserted the rows. If I went back to here, I'm just going to hit copy cut, and then if I hit paste, you'll see that everywhere where it says March and data structures and everything like that, it gets overwritten. So you don't want to do that. You will lose part of the pasting guides if you do a paste on that side. So that's really the only kind of tricky thing about this. Just the insert cut cells is kind of the good command to know. So that's pretty much how you would format this. Yeah.